Hey everybody, it is Mattie here with Altcoin Buzz with you on this Saturday, on this weekend, and there is so much going on. It is unbelievable today. We're going to touch on some of the main stories here. The biggest and broadest, of course, being the fact that Bitcoin and the crypto market at large is doing phenomenally well, especially for a weekend and especially on top of all the FUD that we've seen this week with the Binance hack, of course, and some other issues. Bitcoin is just surging, sitting at about $6,900 at the time of this recording. That's up 8% on the day. We'll take a look at that. A few different analysts have their opinions as usual. We have a crypto.com update for you on altcoinbuzz.io. We have news about Enjin. We have ERC transferable certificate discussions that we're going to be presenting to you. What is the blockchain gaming multiverse? We'll briefly cover that. We have another update from Enjin here covered on assetstore.unity.com. We have Cardano updates and IOHK we're going to be talking about. Then, considering everything that's happened, we're going to pontificate a little bit. We're going to look back and contemplate the security breaches that we've seen at Binance. Take a look at what the fallout means a few days after the fact. Box Mining is asking if those 41 million USD funds are safe. And we'll talk about some of the things that we can learn in the post-mortem here, in the forensics analysis of what happened. Altcoinbuzz.io has this piece for you members of the Altcoin Buzz Army, asking you to consider steps that you may want to take to protect yourself in the case of future compromises to security, future hacks, future security breaches. The top 5 biggest crypto exchange heists in history. This is something that we'll just briefly look at, but it's probably an appropriate time to do so. And as if that weren't enough, we have news with QTUM that has partnered with Google Cloud. So there's a lot going on, no doubt about it. Let's begin here on CoinGecko.com. As you can see here, the total market cap for crypto has just surged by almost $20 billion since our last recording, up 9.3% on the day. Leading the charge, well, I shouldn't say leading the charge, but up very significantly percentage-wise in the last 24 hours is Bitcoin, up about 8%. As I mentioned, just teetering around $6,900, just below that at the time of this recording. We have huge gains by Ethereum, up 12%, sitting at $195. Big gains by XRP as well. Bitcoin Cash up 16%, EOS up 14%, Litecoin up 16.4%, Binance Coin up 11%, Cardano up 18.7%. We have some great Cardano news, of course, that we're going to touch on today as well. So things are going very, very well in the world of crypto today. And this update by altcoinbuzz.io, this is a huge sign for us that we will start moving away from the bear trend. Hashtag Bitcoin over $6,500. And not only over $6,500, but over that mark with confidence. Hopefully the tough times are in the past. We never lost hope. Let's go. Absolutely. Now, given all the news that I've outlined just there, we're going to have to go through some of these pieces in a fairly rapid fire format. So I'll leave it to you as to which ones you want to dive into in more detail. But here on CryptoLineNews.com, you may want to check out this piece in full. Bitcoin took 45 days to hit 20,000 after it first tested $6,900. So a bit of a retrospective there, an interesting little factoid. I certainly wasn't aware of that. And they asked the question, will history repeat itself? Taking a look at some of the analysis here may be something of interest for you. So check this article out in the description below. We will be linking to it. Here now on EthereumWorldNews.com, Bitcoin flirts with $7,000, down about $100 at the time of this recording from the 7K mark. Some crypto investors call for higher. No way. Bitcoin just hours ago touched 7,000 price level in a brief spike. While the cryptocurrency has since fallen slightly, returning to 6,800, 6,900 at the time of this recording, it remains up by about 8% in the last day or so and well over 50% in the last month. That's just an amazing return. For now, it seems the bulls are back and are thirsting for the blood of bears. It is important to note that altcoins from a Bitcoin sense have fallen dramatically, but again, only from a Bitcoin sense, as investors liquidate their non-BTC stashes for the lead asset. So you have a couple of different analysts here that are calling for a continued trend in this, what is shaping out to be a little bit of a bull market, at least a mini one. As industry researcher Willy Woo remarks, if a short squeeze comes to life, Bitcoin would see a, quote, blow off, whereas prices explode within a short period of time before a retracement. This is because such squeezes require short sellers to, quote, buy back at market price, creating instant buying pressure. What's more, the ask side is thin AF, we all know what that stands for, which means that minimal buying pressure will push the price even higher. And most importantly, Bitcoin continues to break about key levels of resistance, namely 6,000, 6,400, and potentially 67 to 6,800 most recently, in a sign that bulls do have both hands on the steering wheel. Of course, that's only for now, and things change. You have this analyst, Alex Kruger, who agreed with this sentiment. He explains that Bitcoin has entered, quote, bull market territory. While he did make it clear that a short-term pullback is likely as, quote, intraday blow-off tops often result in retracement, he notes that Bitcoin is finally entering key zones for bulls after 2018's 80% drawdown, unfortunately. Here's his tweet, which you can check out in full, as well as the other opinions in this piece here. Sentiment is definitely positive and optimistic with this one. On altcoinbuzz.io, we're bringing you news about Crypto.com. They've become one of the first crypto companies to receive an ISO certification, article here by Annie. The certification stands as international validation of how Crypto.com handles its security, privacy, and data protection within the organization. So Crypto.com has announced today that it officially received an ISO IEC 27001-2013 certification after rigorous third-party security audits. Crypto.com is one of the first cryptocurrency companies in the world and the first cryptocurrency wallet application to achieve this certification. Taking a look at their tweet here from the 10th of May at Crypto.com. At Crypto.com is one of the first cryptocurrency companies in the world to achieve this particular certification, the, quote, gold standard certification for information security management. Find out more at the following link, which you can check out and read about in more detail. You can also read the rest of Annie's article to get a sense of why this is a big deal, and it certainly is, but kudos to our friends over at Crypto.com. And in this quick Enjin update here, this new Ethereum proposal includes ERC1155 as a requirement. Applause. Exciting times ahead. If you're familiar with what that means or you'd like to learn more about it, you can check out this github.com page here. ERC Transferable Certificate Claim number 1888 for more information. In other news here, we have this piece on Yahoo, well, finance.yahoo.com, I should say. What is the blockchain gaming multiverse? Of course, this relates to Enjin. It relates to the world of blockchain and cryptocurrency and gaming as well. The gaming industry is worth a staggering amount, more than the music and movie industries combined. That's for a number of years now, don't forget. And yet its true pinnacle has yet to be chartered. Though Enjin seems to be 1 inch closer to realizing the true potential of blockchain gaming with the multiverse. For many years, the next step in the development of games has been crafting unique experiences and stories that have yet to be told. Yet more often than not, the only real improvement comes from a mechanical and graphical viewpoint. Upon release of the Xbox One and PlayStation 4, players were able to experience the next generation of gaming. Yet this pales in comparison to the vision of the multiverse. So blockchain gaming isn't likely to become a trailblazer in the mainstream industry overnight, but the concept of a gaming multiverse might just be the deciding factor that finally garners mainstream attention. And I suspect, based on my admittedly limited research of the term, I suspect that the gaming multiverse is a piece of terminology that we're going to be hearing more and more about. Enjin tweeted this on the 1st of May, so a little while ago, but not too long ago. The shield that moves across the universe. Welcome to the gaming multiverse. Stormwall is playable in 32 games, protecting you as you venture through different realms. Own it forever or trade it freely. The choice is yours. So hopefully I've piqued your interest a little bit about this concept of the gaming multiverse. You can read more about it here on this article if it interests you. In essence, a multiverse is a strand of theoretical physics that suggests there are a plurality of alternate worlds that mirror each other. And by extension, at this stage in time, the only reason a gaming multiverse is even possible is thanks to blockchain tech. Blockchain, as most of you I hope know, is an immutable ledger. It cannot be changed. In-game items can be stored on blockchain indefinitely, giving true ownership to the player. This is a powerful tool that even mainstream games haven't managed to implement. So check out this article in full for some examples and some anecdotes about the potential of this gaming multiverse. It's a fascinating subject, and again, Of course, I'm biased, and of course, I have an optimistic slant, but I think this is only the very beginning of this story, and we're happy to report that our friends at Enjin seem to be at the forefront of its development. Another quick update from @Enjin, packed with smart contract-powered features and options for in-game item variables. Our blockchain SDK for Unity 3D is a suitable solution for almost any type or genre, from MMOs and MOBAs, MOBAs, to multiplayer shooters and single-player games. You can check out more at assetstore.unity right here. In other quick news now with Cardano, the Cardano community at Cardano had this to say from the 11th of May. Today, IOHK signed an MOU with Mongolian Blockchain Technology and Cryptocurrency Association and Mongolian Fintech Association. This MOU, Memorandum of Understanding, is to help implement and foster blockchain project development in Mongolia. #Frontier Fintech. Absolutely. And if I recall from just a moment ago, I think Cardano was our biggest gainer in the last 24 hours, just about sitting at under 17%, but 16.8% up in price over the last 24 hours, sitting at a unit price right now of 7.3 cents. So some pretty phenomenal success as of late, and I'm sure that this update had at least some part to play in that very pronounced uptrend that we've been seeing for Cardano. So now we're going to talk a little bit about the fallout and the aftermath of this big Binance security breach that we have talked about briefly on altcoinbuzz.io, but not a whole lot necessarily. I think I unfortunately missed a couple days earlier in the week due to some technical issues, and I wasn't able to discuss this at length to the extent that I would have otherwise wanted. But if you're not up to speed on everything that has happened, this is a tweet that occurred on the 7th of May. You may want to check out Binance's official statement here on binance.zendesk.com. $41 million worth of Bitcoin was hacked, unfortunately, through a series of exploits on Binance.com. So that equates to about 7,000 Bitcoin. But Changpeng Zhao, to his credit, came right back out, addressed the issue, basically left everybody feeling very secure by announcing that their SAFU fund had covered everything and that no user funds would be compromised. So I've been very, very impressed by the response from Binance. Binance was sort of that, in a sense, the holy grail of exchanges. Nobody really anticipated a big Binance hack. And I think some people were of the opinion that, well, if Binance ever does get hacked, that's going to be a real doom and gloom situation because they've been held in pretty high regard. So anything's possible, including hacks, but then to counter that point, anything is possible in terms of mitigating dangerous situations. And I think Binance did a phenomenal job personally of dealing with it. So you can read here, our friend Box Mining had this to say on boxmining.com, asking, Binance hacked for 41 million USD. Are funds safe? You can read about the SAFU fund, again, that Changpeng Zhao came out and immediately discussed. I'm extremely impressed with his response and his leadership. He's not disappointed me in terms of his press releases and some of his statements in a very long time now. And this is really when it counts, when there's a high pressure situation and you have to walk the walk. You can no longer talk the talk. Personally, I think it was handled very, very, very well. Here on CoinGape.com, you can also check out news about the Binance hack. Why did Binance hackers transfer Bitcoin into SegWit addresses only? Take a look at that if it is of interest. Here on altcoinbuzz.io, in light of the Binance hack, here are the steps you should take to safeguard yourself. Article by Robert. There's not much you can do in order to prevent an exchange being hacked, after all. However, by safeguarding yourself, you can lower the odds of being targeted. So a few quick tips on really how to optimize your safety are very important here. Let's just look at the keynotes. Avoid using SMS authentication if Google 2FA is available. Look out for phishing, of course. Use strong multiple passwords. That is always prudent. You may want to avoid using API. Avoid visiting or downloading silly stuff, at least if you're doing that on your investment computer, I'll call it, your laptop through which that you're sending or receiving important information. For a deeper look into some of the tips that may keep you safe, take a look at this article, which we'll link to below on altcoinbuzz.io. If you just can't get enough of this kind of high-profile hacking news and you want to jog your memory as to the 5 biggest crypto exchange heists in history, and there were some big ones here, of course. Coincheck in January 2018, that remains the biggest to this day, hundreds of millions of dollars in NEM, of course. Mt. Gox back in 2014, that was a few years ago, but I think that in many ways, although not monetarily the most significant, I mean, that just took out a huge chunk percentage-wise of people's funds in the crypto space. So in a way that maybe ought to be number one, it depends on how you look at it. BitGrail in February of 2018, Bitfinex in August of 2016, and Zaif, that people don't really often talk about as much, that was in September of 2018. So if you're interested in some of these details and looking back, take a look at this. CoinCheck, as you can see here, $500 million just over a year ago. That was an unfortunate time. And then you have some comments by way of a CZ, Changpeng Zhao of Binance. So in the whole scheme of things, the 41 million was really not much of a big deal. It showed that Binance, I think, is vulnerable to hackers, but it was hardly the biggest hack, the biggest heist in the world of crypto exchanges. So check that out if it's of interest to you. And finally today on altcoinbuzz.io, there's so much happening. QTUM, QTUM partners with Google Cloud. Article by Robert. QTUM offers a developer suite with plenty of tools in partnership with Google. Developers can now build with ease on the QTUM blockchain. So on the 2nd of May, QTUM unveiled a full suite of blockchain developer tools that are currently deployed on the Google Cloud. Surprisingly, the partnership had no positive effect on QTUM's price. If you're not familiar with QTUM, you may want to check them out. They're an open source public blockchain platform that uses a modified version of Bitcoin's core combined with a modified version of Ethereum's virtual machine, the EVM. QTUM, being an improved version of two revolutionary technologies, is faster, more scalable, and it uses proof of work consensus in order to be more secure. So congratulations to our friends over at QTUM on this very big partnership. I'm still a little bit befuddled as to why this hasn't moved the price of QTUM more than we've seen, but nevertheless, I think this may just be the beginning of a very fruitful and positive business relationship. So congrats once again. Check out Robert's article in full for all the details and all the information. And as always, leave us your thoughts and comments in the comments section below. That's a lot of news, everybody. We haven't even been able to get to some of the big stories in the way of Abra, in the way of Litecoin that's partnered now with Travala. We're going to cover them tomorrow in the Sunday edition of our crypto news video. But in the meantime, if you enjoyed this piece, keep checking back into altcoinbuzz.io for all the latest updates and developments. Like, subscribe, share, and hit the bell to receive notifications. Of course, I wish you the best of luck if you choose to invest, members of the Altcoin Buzz Army, but it's the weekend. Enjoy your Saturday. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there in the world. If you're celebrating for your mom, show her a good time tomorrow. And if you have time, hopefully you're joining us in the next video because we do hope to see you again soon in our next piece. Take care, everybody. Have a great weekend.